time. Let's do our spot, Big D, my girl.
It's time now for Getting In with Dr. Alandria Stewart. Join Dr. Stewart from Harris-Stowe State University each month on the Demetrious Johnson Show, where she'll be discussing with industry experts various topics, including getting into college, how to choose the right college, paying for college, applying for scholarships, taking college admission tests, and more. It's Getting In with Dr. Alandria Stewart on the Demetrious Johnson Show and 96.3 R&B for the Lou.
Good morning, Dr. Stewart. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you this morning, DJ?
I'm good. And what you got for us?
DJ, this week the state of Missouri will celebrate historically black colleges and universities during its first ever HBCU week. Now, historically black colleges and universities are institutions of higher education in the U.S. that were established before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 with the intention of primarily serving the African American community. Now, Governor Mike Parsons signed Senate Bill 718 into law in June, which establishes the third week in September, HBCU week in Missouri, to raise awareness of the excellent work our HBCUs do day in and day out in the state of Missouri. Our state is home to two HBCUs. Of course, we know there is Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri, which was founded in 1866 as Lincoln Institute by African-American veterans of the Civil War. And then there's our very own Harris-Stowe State University that has a very storied history. Its origins date back to 1857 when St. Louis Public Schools founded St. Louis Normal School to educate white teachers. A few years later, or more than 30 years later, they founded Stowe Teachers College, which was then Sumner Normal School. It opened in 1890 to train black teachers, and those two institutions finally merged in 1954. And as a result, today we have Harris-Stowe State University. Now, we have State Senator Barbara Ann Washington, who represents Senate District 9 in Kansas City, Missouri, who sponsored this bill. So we want to say thank you to Senator Washington for her hard work and for her advocacy for HBCUs in the state of Missouri. But my guest this morning is a two-time HBCU alum. His name is Virgil Pearson. And if we can bring Mr. Pearson on, Mr. Pearson is actually going to share with us this morning his HBCU experience. Mr.
Good
Pearson,
morning,
are you there?
DJ.
Good morning.
I am here.
Before you get started with Mr. Pearson, right, Virgil, I love this guy. I'm telling you, I just tell you, I'm about to age myself, but I worked with him when he was in middle school. Kevin Pulley, Kevy Kev, and I did a communications over at the school. It was like Carlane, right? It was Carlane, right? Yeah, it was Carlane.
That's right.
And we did the Sports Wave. And Virgil was one of our lead guys of filming, videography, and everything. I mean, you're talking about a sharp young man, folks. He is off the chart sharp, and I am not surprised. And I'm honored to have you on, Virg, man, and it's an honor, man, to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you, DJ. I'm honored to be here this morning to, talk about my HBCU experience and the HBCUs as a whole as we progress and move forward into the future. It's an honor and pleasure to be with someone who has mentored me since the 8th grade, 7th grade.
Oh, boy, we go way back. I love this guy.
Over 20 years.
I love this guy, y'all. I'm telling you. I know, Doc. I'm sure Dr. Stewart. I just had to do this. I'm so crazy about Virgil that I was so hard on him and getting things done, and he turned out to be one of the most unbelievable young men. And Kevin Pulley, and I just love him. And Dr. Stewart, great. This is what I'm talking about with Harris-Stowe State University making great decisions and putting great people in great positions now. Having Virgil over there and my man Benny, boy, you guys are doing a great job. Both of those kids, young men, they ain't kids, young men been in our program, and I love both of them. So I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to just sit back and enjoy this interview. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Mr. Pearson, can you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself? We know from your conversation with DJ that you're a product of the St. Louis Public School, but kind of tell us about yourself and why you chose to attend an HBCU.
Okay. Well, as you stated, I am a product of St. Louis Public Schools, graduated from Central Vision Performing Arts. After graduating high school, I attended the illustrious Harris-Stowe State University, where I gained a degree in business administration with an emphasis in management. After leaving Harris-Stowe State University, at the time I was working for the VA hospital. Then I wanted to go back into higher education and transform lives. So currently I serve as the Dean of Students at Harris-Stowe State University. And with my experience in higher education, I've worked at both HBCUs in the state of Missouri at Lincoln University in the student affairs, and now currently the Dean of Students at Harris-Stowe State University. Why did I choose to go to HBCU? The culture, the affordability, the understanding that somebody would know my name instead of just an ID number or an assignment. It was, for me, a more transformative relationship more than a transactional relationship. I would definitely say Harris-Stowe State University shaped, cultivated, developed, and changed my life just by me being here for the 4 years I was here.
And why are HBCUs like Harris-Stowe so important?
HBCUs, like Harris-Stowe, are very, very important. When you look at control comparisons, it proves that HBCUs outperform non-HBCU institutions in retaining and graduating Black students after accounting for the socioeconomic status and also the academic preparation of enrolled students. One thing I would definitely focus on, my role as the Dean of Students here, is to make sure students have an out-of-the-classroom experience. So teaching them those hard and soft skills, what does it mean to be a student out? When you get out of college, how do I prepare you to be ready for an interview? How do you help get you internships? How to teach you how to communicate effectively, how to show up in a room, how to walk in a room, how to dress properly. And so those are some of the things that that was instilled in me when I attended college, and I make sure I pay it forward and extend it to the students that I currently serve.
Thank you for that, Mr. Pearson. Now, you mentioned that on average, the cost of attendance at HBCUs, according to research, is 28% less than other non-HBCUs, and we know that there are other benefits to attending HBCUs. What are 3 additional benefits that you can think of for why individuals should choose an HBCU?
Okay. First, let's talk about the culture, right? So you're going to college, you're changing your life with people that look just like you. You're being taught from professors and administrators that look just like you. And so growing up in a society where, they paint the picture of especially Black men that we're not the best, or, you look on TV, it's nothing but drama when you talk about the Black people. But every day, as a student at an HBCU, you get to wake up and see your administrators, your professors that are number one, Black. Number 2, as we touched on, affordability. It doesn't really, it comes with a cost, but when you compare it to most institutions, the cost is cut in half or even a third. And so you're able to afford, going to school, going to college, having those additional resources. And like I spoke on before, the transformative experience. Most colleges outside non-HBCUs, you will talk about, and I've worked at one, it's more of a transactional experience. You give me some money, I give you an education. At HBCUs, it's a transformative experience, meaning I'm going to value who you are as a person, get to know who you are, your name, talk about your parents. Let's talk about how do I matriculate you through the higher education, the collegiate experience to get you to the next level in life. And when, we're living in a culture now where everybody's talking about HBCU homecomings. And a huge reason it's so big is because people's lives are literally transformed on these HBCU campuses that they have to come back and give back to the institution in which that changed their lives. Some corporate executives, some professional athletes that go back to their schools to give back. People who have great jobs or different organizations who go back and pour and plant seeds into the students' lives on those particular campuses as well.
Now, this week is HBCU week in the state of Missouri, Mr. Pearson. What are some things that Harris-Stowe is doing to celebrate HBCU week?
Well, this week, HBCU week, we have quite a few things. I know Monday we go kick it off in Gillespie Hall with Spades and Kool-Aid, 2.0 vibes. We're going to have Uno, Dominoes, Black Card Revolt. Then another thing we got on Monday night is a movie night on the lawn. We're going to watch School Days. Then Tuesday, we're going to represent your HBCU. So everybody at Harris-Stowe State University, make sure you wear your gear, your HSSU gear. Wednesday, we got our Dress for Success. Every Wednesday, our students dress professionally. We're going to have a step and repeat in the residence hall where students can take a picture, have a hashtag. Wednesday afternoon for lunch, we got Sliding for the Culture. We're going to teach everybody all the traditional slides within the Black culture. Then Thursday Night Live, the HBCU edition and cookout. That night we're going to have, just for the students to gather and socialize, entertain each other, and also with a cookout with our Greeks on the yard and have a really good time. And then Friday we're going to paint a mural with our track and paint event to ensure, students can remember what they, experienced on the HBCU week and something tangible they can have to either put in their room or take home.
Again, we are talking with Virgil Pearson, who is the Dean of Students at Harris-Stowe State University. Mr. Pearson is sharing with us his experience of working and attending an HBCU. And also, we're talking about HBCU Week in the state of Missouri, which was signed into law in June and was spearheaded, or the bill was sponsored by Senator Barbara Ann Washington in Kansas City, Missouri. Mr. Pearson, any final comments? Why should anyone consider Harris-Stowe?
Harris-Stowe is the greatest institution at HBCU. A very transformative experience happens to anybody that comes to this campus, whether you're going to school, whether you come here for an event. This campus has a great spirit. We instill great values into our students.